Though Anderson will always be remembered by Illini fans for the shot, Nick amazed everyone from the day they first laid eyes on him.
And I'd heard so much about Nick Anderson and, you know, how powerful he was as a 10th grader. He had gone and had 20 rebounds and 30 points, but I hadn't had the pleasure of actually meeting him. And so I go up to Prosser, and I'm going to see Coach Idino, who was the head coach at that particular time. And he said, oh yeah, Nick's around the corner there. And I said, okay. So I go around, I'm looking for him, and there's this huge being on this stationary bicycle. And he's out there riding the bicycle, and I'm thinking, well, this has got to be a man or something just working out at the gym. Surely this can be a 10th grader. So I asked him, I said, look, could you tell me where I can find Nick Anderson? And he looks me dead in the face and he said, I'm Nick Anderson. I said, you're Nick Anderson? And I'm looking at him saying, they don't make boys this big.
When I first saw Nick, he was playing at Triton Junior College, and it was in the summer league. You know, it's such a man, and just great body control and physical strength, great jumper, quick. And I thought, this guy is unbelievable. Who is this guy? So I asked the guy next to me, I said, where's that guy going to school? He said, oh, it's Nick Anderson, he's a freshman. So the next year I went to see him play against Sullivan. That's where I saw him, because I wanted to see if he's as good as I thought he was. And so I charted him, and he had 32 rebounds. I swear to God. Now Sullivan wasn't great, it didn't make any difference. He had 32 rebounds. And you're talking 6'4", 6'5". And I came back, and I talked to Coach Collins, and Jim might have already known. I said, Jim, there's a guy in Chicago named Nick Anderson. I said, if you don't do anything else, go get him.
Coach had not seen him either. And he said, well, what do you think about Nick Anderson, Coach? And I said, I think we must get him. He is a must. He said, well, what position does he play? I said, on the floor. That's all I know. He doesn't have a position. You just got to get him and put him on the floor.
Nick was just a natural freak of nature. You know, when in high school, Nick was a man among boys. In college, Nick was a man among boys. In the pros, Nick was a man among boys. He was just that physically tougher and stronger than everybody else at his position.
Nick has these shoulders that are, they're not cut, but they're just big. And he's got this backside, man, that if he puts it on you and he's squatting, like if he's sitting down in the post and he puts that behind on you, there's nothing you can really do.
I think that Nick is the greatest player in my little era there, say of 5-10 years that I saw play at Illinois. If you put a little guy on him, he was going to destroy him on the post. You put a big guy on him, he's going to go around him. Great leaper, great jump shooter. I mean, this guy just possessed the whole package. I remember the first day he walked on the campus just dunking on everyone, taking everyone to school.
Whether it was inside in the post, outside on the perimeter, or creating off the dribble, Anderson could do it all.
Inch for inch, the best basketball player that I've ever been around. Nick could go in and go over top of anybody that we ever went against.
Nobody could stop Nick down there. It didn't matter who it was. I mean, it could have been a 7-footer. Nick was going to go in there and body him up and get a three-point play.
While Battle's dunks were acrobatic, Anderson's slams shook the building.
Unbelievably strong. I mean, he would definitely break your arm. If you went up to try to block it, your arm would be broken. I mean, it was that powerful.
I do remember him flying and jumping from the free throw line, or just had to be a nudge past the free throw line and dunking it over someone on a high-flying dunk.
You know, we go to Ohio State, and that game is so nip and tuck. And finally, you know, we're telling Coach, you know, just get the ball to Nick. He said, well, I want to run. Just get the ball to Nick, please, Coach. And that's what he started to do. And Nick scored like 35 points, but he scored like about 30 of them in a row.
On the court, there was a play in Michigan when we thumped Michigan on their senior year. I mean, we beat them like little sisters of the poor. The ball went up, and Nick goes and gets an offensive rebound. He goes up, he gets fouled, the ref doesn't call it. He lays it up. It goes to the other side of the basket. Somehow he lands, gets to the other side, gets off the ground before everybody else, grabs a rebound, goes up, gets fouled again, no call, he misses it. Gets it back, pump fakes, and then goes up, boom, just dunks in it. We were like, whoa, you know, we went nuts. And so when he got that rebound and he got frustrated, you could almost hear like, ooh, I was like, Whoa, okay, we're going to be straight tonight.
After Anderson stunned Indiana, the Illini welcomed back Kendall Gill on senior against Iowa and won their remaining 2 regular season games to finish at 27-4. Playing in Indianapolis as the #1 seed in the Midwest, the Illini beat McNeese State in the first round and followed that up with a second-round victory against Ball State. Just 2 games away from the Final Four in Seattle, the Illini headed to Minneapolis for a regional that no one would ever forget.